Hey, ladies and gentlemen, NXT went off the air. You know what happens when NXT go off the air. Unpopular Review is here to give you a review and a result and review show. It's 2 hours, forgive me. I'm one of your hosts for the NXT team, Badguy Jack, and you know I usually come along with the captain. Here she comes from the 7th, 8th, 5th seas. She's just coming somewhere from a boat. Let's bring her in. What's going on, Captain? Hey.
What's up? Not much. How are you?
I am here. I thought it was a pretty all right NXT show. I mean, it felt like these shows are kind of. It's like they're not bad, but it's just. I feel like something's missing. Do you feel that with NXT?
Um, I just feel like maybe they've taken a hit the last few weeks with the sudden just snatching people out of there because the main roster is in shambles. But I mean, they keep rolling. The fact that they've had so many people stolen from them in the span of like the last like 3-4 weeks, and they're not just like any people, like big people just snatched out, and they're still rolling out decent, above decent shows is just a testament to how great NXT is.
Absolutely, I agree to that because the talent is there, but it just I don't know, like, and maybe that's what. When you say big hit, right? Like we're not even talking about the people who got let go. We're talking about someone like Karrion, who I'm pretty sure after this week he's going to be officially on the main roster, and good luck to him. And same with Dakota Kai. But we'll give our thoughts a little bit into it. But I thought it was okay. Let's talk about what started the show off tonight. We have the Diamond Mine come out. Yay! Like I just sat there. As I was watching, I said, "Wow, this is a perfect way to start the show." And then Malcolm Bivens is on air and he's talking, and he does a great job. He's a great manager, but I just do not believe in this brand, this faction. It's hard for me to care. They let go of somebody already. Then you have Roderick Strong in there, and then you also have what's his? I don't even know who this guy's name. This gentleman who's.
So sorry, I don't know his name. I don't know
his name. So I just before we went on air, I kept saying, I just want to like approach him and say, "Who are you? What is your reason for?"
That's a quick way to fight. Who am I?
Yeah, and I'll be prepared. I would know all his moves because I have spider senses, and I would duck. But he's out there. They're talking about how like the original match was supposed to be Roderick Strong against Kushida. Kushida is not cleared to wrestle, so. They throw an open challenge. They said, "Who's here to take Roddy's challenge?" Out comes Dragunov, and I have to ask. I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of UK, but he's from some of the stuff I've ever seen with him. I like, but he does this when you hear the music, and he does like that, like a conductor or whatnot. Hey, Chloe, what's going on?
She's being annoying. Don't ignore her.
I will not ignore her. She's the third co-host. Do not do that. She's the third co-host. She's the third person.
That's true.
Yes. And he comes out, he does this little thing. I was going to ask, do you join it? Because I kind of did it like as I was taking, and I said, oh, right, I got to like take note. And I had a pen in my hand, and I was like, oh, man, that could be real.
The way he does, I would like dislocate my shoulder, to be honest. So.
Oh, well, no, we don't want that happening. We don't need you doing a show from like a hospital bed.
Mobile shoulders, so I'm very susceptible to this.
Huh?
I have hypermobile shoulders.
Oh, man. So then I'll do that for us. I did it. There we go.
Yeah,
boom.
Randy also has hypermobile shoulders, which is why he has so many shoulder injuries.
He does have a lot of injuries, right?
Shoulders.
Shoulder. Yeah, I was gonna. And he still does this. Yeah, I guess he didn't learn his lesson from me. But him and Roddy had a pretty solid match. It was a really good match. You can't really go wrong with these two. Hard hitting. There's a spot in the match where Dragunov gets cut. He gets some color. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the guy. No, what happened? I think him and Roddy was outside, and he might have hit his head on the steel steps. So that might have caused some color right there. Because I was like, wow, he's bleeding, and they don't really do a whole lot of colors and stuff like that. But it actually added to the match.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It definitely added a little bit more to the match, and Dragunov get the win, and as he should, because he's the one going for the championship. They've done since Roddy's come back. I thought they did a pretty solid job of protecting him and doing what they had to do. But Dragunov, if he had a loss again, this would have made you kind of like it. Why is he going for the championship? So it was the right call. You wanna add any thoughts in before we go to the next thing?
I just feel like Roddy shouldn't have even been in that match. It should have been someone else.
It should have been that guy.
Like, just anyone, because I just feel like if you want to salvage what's left of this group, like, come on, like, we didn't need to see him lose. Like, it's so dumb. I can't.
Hey Diesel. I see what you mean here, because this group have nothing going for them. I think in a lot of ways they're reaching territory of retribution, where no one even wanted to deal with this guy. They didn't want to deal with that group. You remember how bad, like, they were a joke. They were becoming a joke, and this is what Diamond Mine is becoming right about now. This group is already falling apart. And Roderick had to be just, because he's like supposed to be the leader of the group, and I just can't help but go like, he's somewhere backstage going, why did Adam have to super kick everybody? Like, he probably was like, we could have still been Undisputed Era. We could have all went up to the main roster and struggled,
You struggled.
But now I'm struggling with these guys. I don't even know who this guy. I think he asks, "Who are you?" I'm sorry. I want to know who he is. I want WWE to when they take pictures, how they put at in the person's name. Mm-hmm. I would hope that they do it so I can see who this person is. I can't help but believe it's going to be, who are you? But we're going to move on. We're going to leave Diamond Mine alone because they're already struggling as it is. But I might as well put this in one sitting. But oh, hi, Matt. How are you? Mad Dog Kelly. They put in Roddy's getting interviewed. They ask, how do you feel about this loss and how can you come back from it? And Malcolm comes out of nowhere, just runs out of nowhere, and he comes out and he said, "Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. You talk to me. You don't do that. Me. I'm talking." And then he mentioned something about Dragon. I didn't believe this. I might have to Google. I didn't get a chance to Google it, but he says, "Well, Roddy's a cruiserweight, and he went against a heavyweight." Like when you hear that, I kind of laughed. I'm like, he had matches with freaking War Machine. Like, he was in, you get what I'm saying? Like, what does that have to do with anything? But he said Dragon was a heavyweight, which I just do not believe. I do not believe that at all.
He's making up their own rules at this point.
Oh, that was hilarious. And then they walk off into the sunset or something like that. I don't even know. I want to make sure I got this all right. I know you like this segment. I know this is like really more your segment, so I'll let you lead the way on this segment.
Yes, my favorite, LA Knight.
That was it? Wait, that was next?
I feel like that was, yeah. Oh wait, no, Hit Row. My bad.
Don't worry about it.
Mixing it up. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited to talk about LA Knight that I think I jumped the gun. It was Del Fantasma, right? It was Hit Row and Del Fantasma.
So I want to make sure I got this right because my notes were all over the place. No, but it was the Prime Target.
Honestly, he's mixing me up.
I'm not mixing you up at all.
No, I said LA Knight.
LA Knight is awful. But I can't wait to actually talk about that part. Matter of fact, we don't even have to do it in order. Let's talk about LA Knight. Let's talk about this man. This man is he's just milking the last bit of time he got at Grimes being the butler. They're at the gym. He tells him to wipe his face off, go get him some water because he's a jerk. And then he runs into, what's this guy's name? Josh. Josh, I did not get his last name. What's his last name?
Briggs.
Yes. So he gets him and he says, I'm going to pay you some money to teach Cameron Grimes a lesson. Cameron Grimes look at this guy because this guy's a really big dude, like really, really big guy. Yeah. So they have this match. Ted DiBiase is outside. He's in the commentary table. You have Cameron Grimes come out, and then LA Knight comes out, obviously out to embarrass him. As Cameron Grimes' music plays, LA Knight's music plays, and then he comes out. And I thought it was a pretty okay match. I mean, this match was really just to further the storyline, so it was nothing really there. But And Josh looked pretty decent. The one thing I grabbed off him was as I was trying to like take notes and I was looking, I saw he had tattoos. And he had a tattoo of probably the worst superhero of all time, Batman. So I said, I already don't like this guy. Wow. I might have even said, fuck this guy. But
what
then.
What did Batman do?
Huh?
What did Batman do to you?
Oh, it's a long story. It's I'm annoyed that everyone think he can beat everybody. So yes, fuck Batman. But
Okay.
let me carry on with this show. As I swear.
I would never acknowledge you.
Yeah, because you always mess up, Elvis.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna, if I would acknowledge you right now and say something nice, immediately right after that, you will say something mean off Finn Balor. Yeah, that's what you do every time.
And that's not nice,
Nice.
Martinez. What's going on, Damien? Leader of the Jack Pack. What's going on, my friend? But we have they put a little bet on Ted DiBiase and LA Knight. I think they put 20 grand. Yeah, that's what it was 20 grand. Cameron Grimes gets the win. And it's so funny because at the end you have Ted DiBiase said, okay, I think you owe me like 20 grand. And I laughed. So LA Knight is such a great heel. He hits this 60-something-year-old man. And I laugh because I never can tell if Ted is selling or laughing. And I laugh my ass off because, he got the glasses and his eyes are like this. And he's kind of got a smile on his face. And I just cannot take that sell seriously.
I thought it was me. I was like, is he like, and the other time he was just sitting like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like what's
funny.
going on? But whatever, it's funny.
That's hilarious. Go ahead.
LA Knight did exactly what he was supposed to do because why was Ted pressing him for that money? He was going to give it to him. He's good for it. He should have been pressing him like that so he got what he was asking for. Same with Cameron, because don't run up on him.
See? Told you the hairstyle was good. You didn't believe me.
Thank you.
See, he gets a thank you. All right, cool. Good for you, Damien. You beautiful people. Oh. You see, I think there was a few segments where I sat here and said, I want to know where Shay's mind is at. And so, like, with this, I'm pretty sure I was like, she's somewhere sitting there saying, the old man deserved that, which, really, Shay? Like, really? I told you guys.
20K. He's good for it. He's gonna pay it. Like back up. You're like pressing him for it.
He picked a fight with a kid. I don't think I trust him if I said you lost a bet and you owe me money. No, and then you deck an old man. That's someone's father or grandfather.
For the 20K, he was gonna give it to him. See, don't press him. He was like, "Where? I think you owe me some money. Okay, I think I owe you this."
Wow. Look, he gave us a heart. Good job.
For sure.
Yeah. That's tremendous. But yeah, we're gonna get that match at Takeover. LA Knight against Cameron Grimes. If Cameron Grimes wins, he's the $1 million champion. He's out of being a butler. Ted DiBiase. If LA Knight wins, then you have the $1 million butler, which I just thought that was hilarious. I mean, I don't know. Getting back on track, we have they had a prime target, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, which it just seemed like everyone has felt the same way. This feud has just gone on longer than it needed to. It's time to end it. The undisputed finale is what they're calling it, which I kind of chuckled. I said, I see what you did there. That all right. That was slightly cute. That was good. I'm sorry. That was a question for you.
Why do you ask these questions when you already know the answer?
I think you know what it is. I think people like getting. Some people they like punishment. They're like a gluttony to that, and maybe that's what he does. Maybe he likes when you sit here and say like, "Oh yeah," and just talk down to him. You might even be taller than him, so maybe you're just, But we get this prime target. They talk about Kyle O'Reilly talks about how he wants closure. Adam Cole sitting there saying, how you say? He pretty much just says like, you're nothing without me, blah blah blah.
Every time, you're nothing. I'm better. You're gonna go back into obscurity when we're done? Just the same stuff.
Yeah, this feud when it ends, it's going to be really it's got to end. I mean, I think after this weekend, now we got to start creating some new storylines, different potential matches, because this is I didn't even feel it. Like, you know what vibe I did get out of it though, when they said the matches, the first match being a regular match, the second one being a hardcore match or a street fight, and the third one being a cage. I think about No Way Out 2001, where it was Stone Cold against Triple H. And they had those exact same matches. That's what I was looking at. I almost had to look and see if I was going through a time loop, but I was like, right, no, these guys wasn't even wrestling at that time. But
you know what's crazy is every time I always think about how Triple H and Shawn Michaels put so much of themselves into a lot of these feuds, a lot of these storylines. Like, you can always somehow bring
it's related to them.
To something they did in the past, and I just think that's so cute.
Well, there we go. She thought it was so, and we had that cute segment.
And there will be another reference later when we get to another part, but I'll bring it up.
Oh, okay. We were talking about it earlier, but we can actually dive right into this. Hit Row, they come out. All of them come out. You know, they all take turns on the mic, and I don't know. This feud seems kind of it's kind of silly to me, right? So, Santos, they take his grill, which is disgusting. You know, like I'm not putting my hand in anyone's mouth to take their grill, but whatever, to each his own. And you have Swerve, who goes and burns a lucha mask. So now they're sitting there saying, hey, look, maybe we went a little too far. Maybe we went too far. Look, here's your grill. I got it for you. And that's just, I don't know. I just think that's just so gross. Like, he has another man's grill. Huh?
It's nasty. Why are you touching that? Like,
no gloves. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, gingivitis through the hands.
I don't know. I'm looking at this. I'm like, so they're fighting over a freaking grill. But I said, whatever. Hey, people have fought for less. I've wanted to pick a fight with someone for coconut cake. So look, everyone have their own
masks and grills. It sounds like a normal 2020.
It is. Oh wow. No, let's not mention that yet. But so he goes out, he says, hey, look, man, we're going too far. I got your grills. My boys ain't here. Just come out by yourself and we can handle this like gentlemen. So Swerve is going out there, and he's not like a baby face. It's like I feel like he's in between.
He's tweener, yeah. Sure.
But he goes out there, and I just call this silly baby face bull crap, because I'm like, dude, do not go out there by yourself. Why you go? It's almost like a movie. I'm like sitting there yelling at the TV, like, what are you doing? Why would you trust this guy? I personally don't trust a lot of guys in suits. So him sitting there going out there with this guy in a suit, and then his homeboys, as he comes outside, his homeboys are behind him. I did dig how this was filmed. It felt like kind of like a movie, if that makes sense, you know? Like it felt kind of like a movie, how it was filmed. Swerve he takes them down for a minute, but then the number games are too much. Hit Row comes out there. Hit Row is getting their ass kicked for a bit, but then Hit Row makes the comeback. And there was a scene that was so hilarious. Top dollar, man. He grabbed one of them. He had him like this, or he just had him and just threw him. I mean, that was some real Hulk stuff, man. So I was really like, I kind of was like, I said, oh, I was stoked about Top Dollar.
He has a lot of potential. He just needs to get better ring gear, because oh my god.
Yeah, the ring gear is, you know, Hey, listen, maybe he's just comfortable. Have you ever thought about that, Shay? You ever thought how he's comfortable?
He must be a globetrotter, like, please change.
You mentioned the Globetrotters. That's great. So that was that segment. I mean, and even Hit Row was even mad at Swerve. They were like, dude, what was you thinking? What was you thinking? And then Swerve's like, I got my grill back. I wouldn't want that grill. And then Santos takes got my grill back. Yeah, and then he tried to take the other one. That's what I don't know. It's like this feud, it's like I don't hate it, but I'm like, they're fighting over a grill. But hey, I mean, like you said, that's just typical 2020 stuff, right?
Yeah, and I genuinely don't know who's gonna win. I feel like it really could go either way. So
really, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, just the way It could go either way. It really could.
That's fair. That's fair. And I guess with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the 20-minute mark. We're going to come right back with more NXT. Ugh, oh my goodness, tongue in the way. NXT review, Badguy. She's the captain. Here's a commercial. Be right back in a few seconds.
Off camera, John Cena and Randy hug.
Yeah, I just saw the picture. It was hilarious, actually. But it's funny because at the end, when they do hug, and you knew it was coming, you just knew Randy was gonna do it. It was just
place like, marked out when they were like raising hands and acting like they were going. And the jabroni next to me was like, he was like, just wait. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, who couldn't see this coming? You knew exactly what was going to happen because the realization that they're going to go after AJ and Omos was going to be next week going in to SummerSlam.
Ah, good job. Good job to the guy, the master of the
storytelling.
Oh, I know a thing or two about that. I write books. But, ladies and gentlemen.
Why are you like this?
What are you talking about? Like,
why do you say these things?
Because I'm the guy to do it. Hey, listen. I mean, who else is going to do it? It's got to be me. And also, yeah, prepare to read my book. It's coming out 2022.
I might.
40, huh?
I might.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll autograph it for you. It's coming out on April 20th.
Now let's move on to some fun stuff.
All right. Go ahead. Start it off.
Index! Woo! Well, actually, first we have a backstage segment with Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano.
Yes.
They're talking about the whereabouts of Austin Theory. If they would just go on their local Peacock, pull up main event, they would find him.
Maybe they just don't care that he's lost.
They just said they do.
Yeah, but then they should be looking all over the place. Go look at main event. Watch all these shows. But carry on.
Then they're talking about Indy and her relationship with Dexter Lumis. Indy comes in. She's saying how she wants to go all the way with Dexter, and they obviously are not happy about this. Dexter comes in, makes no peep, of course. Indy's wearing gloves also, I'd like to say.
Yeah, that's unity right there.
It is. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect it. I was like taken aback. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. But it was like, oh, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wanted to get to this individual. RH, he has those bald eagles or egos on the thing. That's an interesting thing because they could use a female, and I'll let you finish in a minute. But yeah, that would actually be a really good idea to bring her in because they do need like a female. They're pretty much outnumbered. But that's actually a really good point, RH. I just wanted to point that out. But keep going, Kat.
Yes, and that's true. They definitely do need a girl because I've noticed every time BFAB is a factor a lot of times in these matches. Yes. So that definitely is a good point to bring up. But back to Index time. Indy has gloves. Dexter comes in. He grabs her hand. They're going off to have a mixed tag match. Well, yes, mixed tag match. And so they're going to be going against Robert Stone and Jesse Kamea, who is being managed by Frankie Monet.
Frankie Monet, yes.
Yeah, and oh my God, what is the outfit that Robert has on? What in God's name?
Oh, that's hilarious. I don't know what he. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, and he was shoeless on top of everything. Like it was bad, and then you don't have any shoes on.
That's terrible. That I didn't know what the getup was. And so at first when I saw the getup, first I saw like the jacket, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but okay. And then when he took the shirt off, and like you said, he was shoeless. I guess he was trying to go for like one of those Muay Thai, like kickboxing, like get ups or whatever.
Rat tail.
Huh?
Don't forget the rat tail.
And the rat tail. Yeah, you know what it is? I assumed he was trying to cosplay like one of them Street Fighter characters. So I thought, I'm sure he thought he was going to be facing Ryu and Ken. Instead, he just saw Dexter on the other side. He probably wanted to look at Dexter and say, like, you're mixing this all up. You know, you didn't get the memo. But yeah, he looks ridiculous. Robert Stone is ridiculous. There's a part in the match. I won't go match toe to toe, hold for hold, and all that stuff. But there's a spot just to show you the imbecile that this man is. He does like a cross body. I don't think no one was there and just like splattered on the ground. And I remember because as I was like doing those, I was doing a few things. I was trying to look up and take notes. But I said, what is this man's problem? Just why you asked me earlier why am I like how I am? But it's entertaining. And I gotta give it to Robert Stone. The man is entertaining. He don't have to go to the main roster. He don't need to be facing someone for the World Heavyweight Championship. Keep doing what you're doing. He's NXT's answer to main roster R-Truth, because R-Truth is hilarious. Like, talking about someone going on Xbox mode. I don't even know what the hell that means, but that's hilarious. But Robert Stone, I mean, honestly, obviously the eyes were on Index, which, by the way, speaking of eyes, Johnny Gargano, you need to keep an eye on your daughter. And also, too, let's just say right here, congratulations to Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. They're expecting a little was it little wrestling? Little wrestling, right? There we go. Little wrestling 2022. So congratulations to them. And they've been, honestly, just give them a little highlight right here. I mean, they've really been doing such a great job. Like you said, like NXT has taken hits, but we still got people like Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae who have been doing great. I mean, even the stuff about them being parents. And I wanted to say this as Johnny being a parent. Keep your eye on Indy, because Indy was a little fresh here. I saw this with my own eyes. I sat here and this made me concerned. I said, man, if I ever have kids and I have a girl, that might be hell for me. As Index. What? Did I say something inappropriate?
No, I'm sorry. Are you going to talk about it? About what she said?
Who? Ooh. I was talking about the entrance, but yes, that was she said right there. And I think I didn't get it. She said, how did you Johnny asked, she said, hey, did you like the cake and stuff? And she said, yeah, he liked the cake and had room for pie. And I remember I was sitting there saying, nah. And I was like, oh.
You know what pie? Roxy? Poontang pie.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, when I heard, and Johnny was so confused. Johnny, I love Johnny. He's just like
I read the menu back and forth. There was no pie.
There was no pie. Yeah, I know. Johnny Gargano is the uncool dad. He doesn't get these terms. He don't understand what's going on. And I was just going to talk about how fresh she was as they were walking to the ring. And Indy was just looking at, I saw that. I looked, I said, oh, you are just naughty. You are a naughty, naughty woman.
Giggly though, I get it. It do be nice looking.
You're just nasty. But we're gonna. So we get this match. Like we said, Robert Stone. Honestly, let's be real. The four important people in this match was Index, Robert Stone, Frankie Monet. No disrespect to Jessie Kamea Wave. I just thought that she was there. She tried. She takes the losing. Robert Stone gotta be sitting there saying there's a God, because it's usually Robert getting pinned or an anvil falls on him, but it's Jessie who takes the loss. They was trying to tell this story about how in sync they are. Yeah. Also, too, I wanted to point out. I know we put a lot of attention on here, but just a little detail here. Apparently, Beth Phoenix had something to do with helping Indy having the courage to go get her man.
Guru. She's a love guru. I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's a love guru. I think she should just mind her business. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, look, can we be real here? What she's done to affect that family, the way used to be a tight unit. And because of Beth being so damn nosy, now look at Johnny. How's Johnny going to sleep at night? His daughter is outside with this madman who, let's be real. Let's not act like, oh, yeah, we all the man was kidnapping people last year. I'm surprised he's still walking around freely.
Listen.
All this.
If Kane can have a hero arc, so can Dexter Lumis.
Who said Kane is a hero? I hate him too.
He had a hero arc. So let Dexter get his time, okay?
No, he should be doing time. That was so clever. I'm proud of myself.
How can you do time? He doesn't have time to do time. You know why?
Oh no. Why?
He's going to be getting married.
Yuck. I say yuck to it not because I don't see the bad guy love.
You hate love.
I love, me?
That's why you're being all negative towards Index and what they found. It's really rare and beautiful, and you're hating on it. And it's like you're messing up the aura right now. Okay.
Why'd you point at me? Oh shoot, that's hilarious. But yes, they're getting married, they're engaged. I mean, after a week of dating, they said, "Hell, I know what I want."
When you know, you know.
Like when you're hungry.
Yes.
Good job. So yes, they're getting married. I guess Beth had the ring. She proposed to him, and he said in his own way, he said yes. So there's going to be an NXT wedding coming soon. Can't wait to see who destroys that one. Hey, maybe that's when, I don't know, a certain theory come back.
Oh my God, he's gonna be the pastor. He's gonna be the priest.
You're not thinking like 2002 Eric Bischoff here.
Yes.
Oh, he gets all the makeup.
Wasn't that great? Because then they would be like, "Oh my God, we finally found you."
Wouldn't that be so? Wasn't that segment so cool? I don't mean to go over, but wasn't that so cool? How good the makeup was that it made you. I really thought that was an old man. And just hearing you saying that now, and it would don't. What are we in 2020? Yeah, it would don't like next year would have been 20. It'd be 20 years that all happened. I'm like, wow, it's funny that we go back to that. So yeah, I think Austin comes back at that point. And good too, because I think he should stay on NXT for a little bit longer anyway. I don't
more time, a little bit more cooking. He needs a little bit of time in the oven, a little bit more time in the oven. He's almost there though. He's almost ready.
Yeah, no, he and I think he got pretty much like the thing missing was charisma, and him being around Johnny helped out a lot. I mean, I think you switch him up a little bit when you bring him to the main, because then you're separating him from Johnny Gargano. So now it's like, okay, now we gotta find something like we have to slightly alter your because he can't be the dumb guy on the main roster without it was cool with Johnny, but it just don't seem right if it's just him by himself.
On the main roster, he needs either to be in a group or have a manager, one of the two.
And hopefully not like the group like oh, you did like this? What was that? You had like
specifically.
Yeah, I was gonna say because when he was on the main roster, I remember he had that time with Seth Rollins. I think it was Buddy Murphy, and it just I didn't know. Matter of fact, no. At first, he was with yes. That was just so weird. Yeah, Andrade. I like how you just brushed him off. Now he's one of yours.
I just said Andrade. Oh my gosh! Andrade.
Wow, she's in a fighting mood tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up to the captain. So we get this this segment here. Raquel Gonzalez, Dakota Kai. Look at that. Look at that. He don't even know who Bret Hart is. You suck.
Oh my God.
He upset me earlier. Who do you live more? I don't know what you mean by live, sir.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question.
Yeah, it's conflicting. You might want to rewrite that over one more time for us, because I don't know what you mean live. I'm live. You're not. But thank you for watching us live. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us on Facebook, we say yes. Give them the thumbs up. Give them the thumbs up. Yes. Give us a heart. Give us a like. Give us all those emotions. Give us an angry emotion. I don't even know why you be angry, but give us an angry emotion. If you watch it on YouTube, like, love, and share.
You should give a heart for how good this heart I did with my hands is.
That's a great heart. That's a really good heart. You're doing a great job. Boom.
Heart.
That's what I said. I said you did a great job. I like how you explained, like, no, this is a heart. I'm like, I know. I'm kind of still in the loop of things. I know things. Good job. See, but you see what the captain's doing? Give us a heart. Give us a like, love, and share. Brag about us to your friends. Talk. I mean, if you guys like wrestling, this is the place to be. It's the place to be, man. But Raquel Gonzalez, good job. Boom. That was a good job. Raquel Gonzalez, Dakota Kai, they're going to have a match Sunday. They're finally going to have this match. Raquel is asked like, "Was you surprised that Dakota turned on you?" So Raquel says, "If she could turn on her friend Tegan, I expected it." I'm like, but I don't know. I just felt like it made her sound silly. You know,
Right.
like I knew she would turn on me. So yeah, still
Right. That doesn't make any sense.
no, just
Oh, but also second reference.
sure. Oh, go ahead, sure. What is it?
Raquel, but as Dakota says, Big Mommy Cool.
Big Mommy Cool.
I love that. I thought that was great because people are always saying how Dakota was like Shawn Michaels and she was like,
Absolutely. Matter of fact, giving a shout out to EC, the executive consultant, he even mentioned you can tell Shawn Michaels have something to do with this. I mean, he pretty much was in that when him and Diesel in the 90s, when Diesel was skyrocketing into fame and his Shawn like in the shadows, even though Shawn brought in Diesel. And here in this thing, you have Dakota where she's like, I brought you in. And yeah, you're like I taught you everything. You think I taught you everything, but I didn't. So it's the teacher against the student against the teacher. Yeah, Dakota. I mean, I felt like the crowd, right? And it's a. I know you are totally against that crowd in Florida. I mean, there was a certain text I saw and it made me laugh, but I felt like they were behind Dakota a little bit when she was talking. Like I felt like even though Raquel was supposed to be designed as the baby face, I felt like that audience, I was listening to them and I forgot what Dakota said, but Dakota said something and the crowd was like, not like a big Dakota chant, but it was almost like, ooh, like almost like they were more into what she was, more into Dakota than Raquel. You want any?
All around the whole thing was really good. I feel like Raquel has come such a long way, mic wise. Like, and she kind of came. She didn't conform. Like, she has her own thing that she puts into it with saying keeping her Spanish background so
Yes,
fine with it every once in a while. I love that. She's staying true to herself and her culture. I think that's great.
I think that's great because it makes her come off authentic. She's not programmed. She's not being. You can tell that no one's writing for her. That's a good point. That's a really good. That's really good that you mentioned that. I didn't think much of it, but that's good detail because like you can tell when someone's programmed and it's not working. But for her, she's comfortable because they're letting her talk regular. Maybe bullet points.
In the beginning, when she was kind of, trying to spit that regular mold of like, ABC type, lines, it wasn't connecting. And a lot of people was like, it's not good.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah. And, she just needed to find her niche. You know what I mean? I think, I don't know how many years she has, but she's finding her place. She's doing a great job, and it should be a fun match. I mean, Dakota never really disappoints. Raquel has been fine, like you said, finding her way in match, and also too in the ring. She's not really too bad, so that should be fun. Hey, we want to talk about this? What's this thing called? We have the tournament, this breakout tournament. We got. Hold on, before we get there, let's get into some of these chats. I'm so sorry. I feel like we've been neglecting you guys, but here we go. King Coda is coming for what she deserved. The NXT Women's Championship. Also, see Raquel moving to Raw sooner than later. I feel like Dakota is leaving. They're already teasing her being on the main roster. What was she on main event where she lost to Aaliyah? Which would have never happened if she was on NXT. Like I didn't understand that.
You understand? See, now you see what I'm saying. What did I say before? Aaliyah may not work in NXT, but what she has is more suited for the main roster, and you're seeing it. The fact that she even went over to Dakota, because if she wasn't on the main roster in NXT, that would never happen. As you say, it would be Dakota that always goes over every time. Now, the main roster, there's different requirements and different things they're looking for. Aaliyah reminds me so much of like a young Carmelo.
Ooh, I think I remember you saying that. Yeah,
exactly. So Carmella didn't work in NXT like that, but when she got to the main roster, she fit what they were looking for. So she found success. That I feel like that would be the same thing for Aaliyah, 100%.
Oh, good analyzation. Good job. That was really good. I mean, I don't want to say took the words out of my mouth, but I mean, I have nothing to follow up with. Good job.
Wow.
Bravo. And it's very rare that I'm so we got Carmelo Hayes against Big Duke Hudson.
I don't like the way you said that. That sounded rude.
I think you're rude. How was I supposed to say it? The Big Duke?
Duke?
How am I supposed to say it? Not Duke?
It sounds like you're saying Big Dookie. It's rude.
Big Dookie! Oh, I wish I would have thought of that! You are so... She's a great one, ladies and gentlemen. But before I keep talking about Big Dookie, we're going to have to go into another commercial break. You know, we hit the 20-minute mark. Hey, and don't blame me for the name. That was your fault. I want you to understand that. You should never give me anything.
You know what you were implying.
Like I'm implying that we're going to do a commercial break. Be right back. Who do you like between him and AJ? And I always go with AJ. But I also say like, if you said Seth over AJ, I'm like, yeah, not wrong. Like there's certain names that I hear over people and I'm like, I know this is subjective, but you're wrong. You're like totally wrong. Like I understand like this is how you feel, but it's awful. It's terrible. It's like someone who picks. You know what bothers me sometimes, man? I know this has nothing to do with wrestling, but I feel like this can be wrestling related. But it bothers me that peanut butter gets a top billing over jelly, and it's like, let's be real, man. Jelly is the worker. The peanut butter is just like outside the ring, waiting for the hot tag. And then it's like, oh, cool. Look, he's so cool. No, he's not. I'm sorry. I'm just so bothered by that.
I have never seen somebody reference wrestling by using a peanut butter and jelly analogy. But
I don't know what to say about you.
just say, I'm great. That's all. Thank you. I saw that. That was good. Thank you. But what also is great is this breakout tournament. We have Carmelo Hayes against Duke Hudson. And I mean, I got to say I'm surprised, right? Like I just want to say I was surprised. I said as I was watching the match, and there was a few spots I do want to talk about because there was some spots here. I really did laugh at the trading of kicks because there's this big height difference, right? So you have Big Dookie and Carmelo. And they're like Carmelo kicking, but when he kicked Carmelo, he fell. Like just to show how big this man is. And the trade kicks. Duke is showcasing his power, showing how he's the big man. He's showing the strength. He's throwing around Carmelo. I was sitting there going, wow, this ain't looking good for Carmelo. But I said, I like Carmelo. I hope that they see something like I see something in him. I think, and I think it's biased because we kind of got the same hairstyle. So I'm kind of like, that's my twin, so I got to root for my twin. And but there was this nasty.
DDT
oh my!
That he landed really bad. Like he was definitely supposed to land more here, and he landed completely here. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, that's what it was, right? He landed because I think they were mentioning like he landed on his eye, like the orbital and all that stuff. But it looked so gruesome.
I thought we were gonna get one of these because I was like, oh my god, that was so nasty.
That was really the spot, and same. I feel like he's fine because he kept going for another maybe 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
So I mean, he looked pretty well to me. I mean, Carmelo gets the win. I was surprised. I really thought they were going to give it to Duke. I thought Duke was their guy. And I think I say that because 6'5", hearing stuff now, how they want to kind of get guys who are not, in their words, midgets. So I was like, yeah, and I'm just repeating what I've heard.
Listen to what that man ever says because everything that he says, literally 80% of everything that man says is a lie and extremely fabricated and ridiculous.
And with that said, I won't be taking those notes. I won't no, but you get what I'm saying? Like they really like their big guys. That's always been something with wrestling. Like if you're 6'5", sometimes people just start them. Oh, I said and said, Duke is gonna get it, which was fine because I like Duke. He reminded me of I don't know his age, but he reminded me of Wade Barrett. Huh?
I love Duke too. He does remind me of Wade Barrett as well.
He do. And you know his finisher, which is hilarious. I wanted to mention this because Wade Barrett made me laugh. Like it's the Boss Man Slam. He said, "Let me correct you. It's called the Wind of." I always love the name of the move, Wind of Change. And Duke, not Duke. Carmelo gets the win, and I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a takeover or if it's going to be next week. But we're going to have the match with Odyssey Jones and Carmelo Hayes, which they have a promo afterward. Carmelo's asked, and he's like, I fought a lot of guys bigger than me, but I always adapt, and I was able to always overcome whatever challenge was in front of me. So there's nothing that can stop me. To which Odyssey Mark Henry Jones come out and he said in talk. I don't know. He did this thing. I don't know what that means, but it should be a fun match. And yeah, he had a little bit more energy than I did and whatnot. Yeah, you think, so what you're saying is he's like Thomas the Tank Engine's conductor?
True. I didn't know who that was. I thought that was what that was. I thought what that was. I'm glad that Carmelo is the one who went over. I think he's so great. I do love Duke as well, but I think they want to make it as hard as possible for people to know who's going to win. I think if Duke went, correct, it would have been like, oh, Odyssey's winning. Now I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Right. Because they could go with Odyssey, and I don't think it like if someone said like, I like Odyssey, I probably just haven't seen enough. I've seen a little bit more of Carmelo. I mean, from the Kushida to having a match with Adam Cole. I mean, I saw a little bit more stuff with him. You know who was kind of impressive too in this tournament? And I say not impressive, like, because he was only in one match, was eliminated. But early in the night, we were talking about Josh Bridge. Another big dude. And I'm surprised the way that they have been booking him. I thought they would have been trying to make him a monster. And I mean, they obviously are a change in booking can switch everything. But I kind of like it where if you can kind of give them a good start off, and then you're like, oh, okay, let's build off that. But this tournament, I gotta say, has been pretty. I mean, there's some names I was like, but some names like Duke, I look at, like a guy we're talking about, Carmelo. I hope Josh gets another chance at some point. I think that you got some talent right here where when you do start calling some names up, these are the people you can build around. Like, these are the names you can do something with. Let's get into these chats real quick. We got Mike. He says, good afternoon. He says, welcome to our NXT review. Did Liv return back? No, not that I know of.
At this point, she should. The way they just playing games with her, like, but I mean, I would be really into that if she really did. Honestly,
it wouldn't hurt.
I think they could use it. They took so many, top people from NXT. I think they could use someone like, Liv. I think she's great, and she deserves to get the one she should have had the first time around NXT.
We got, I like the storyline between Dexter and Indy. Sure, it reminds me of the story of Randy and Miss Elizabeth. Saying, in my opinion, Dexter and Indy sure is unbelievable. That thing. That's cool. Yeah. And you know what? That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Why I thought you said sorry. Oh, you said sorry. Yeah, don't be sorry. That's fine. You can disagree. That's fine.
Opinions are welcome. No apologies.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. I welcome all opinions and whatnot. So, I don't know what part this is, but do you want to talk about Io and Zoe?
Oh my gosh! Listen,
this is becoming
I don't know something. I mean, I like this whole thing that they're doing with Io, like not being like interested at all, but just wanting to keep the title, to have a title, and Zoe being so invested in wanting to like make them be friends or like each other. But sometimes it just comes up so obnoxious the way she's like, I'm trying to understand her. We don't speak the same language. I'm trying to understand her culture. I'm like, girl, like it's too much. And I can see why Io is like, girl, okay.
I was just gonna simply say, like, we're all adults here. If someone don't want to be your friend, you just go, okay.
Right.
Oh, we're just doing business. All right, cool. I go in the ring, you tag me, I tag you. After that, you go that way, I go that way. That's fine. Hey, that's how a lot of people on sitcoms, that's how they kept shows going. No, I go this way, you go that way. But Zoe, and it's you know what it is? It's like, I didn't think obnoxious, right? But I'm just saying, Zoe, why are you? What are you doing? Like, do you not have friends? Is this like the first friend you've ever had, and now you're attached to them?
Right.
and you're like, oh man, I really like you, and I want to know everything about you. But maybe she don't want to tell you nothing. Maybe go get lost.
Oh,
Go build a sandcastle. I'm sorry. I'm just about tired of Zoe at this moment. I like Zoe.
yeah,
But
no, I just need her to like chill out. Like it's fine. Like if she's not your friend, as long as she's not trying to sabotage you the way that freaking LA Knight was trying to sabotage Cameron when they had their tag match. That's fine. You're good. You don't need to be friends. You don't need to be texting buddies, pen pals, nothing. You're good.
I bet Zoe sucks at texting anyway. What?
So also, another thing that came up was JC
Sure,
Jane. We had a package for JC Jane.
Yes.
She's one of the people who is partnered with Gigi Dolan. So
I thought
guess
that was her. Sure, but that is her. Okay.
yeah, it is. Yes, so I mean that's cute, and I just want to say I think that I don't know what's going on with the Mandy situation, but I did see Mandy retweet a lot of things from them today. So I mean I'm sure that's still in play, but I don't know what's going on with it. We'll see what with more. We'll see what comes with her.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, because you was asking about Mandy, is it because we haven't seen her in a while?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's okay. That's fine. You don't need her on like every show. Save her for a spot where you really need her. You don't want to I kind of felt the thing with NXT, and we'll get to the main event. Get into the main event, right? There's a spot where don't be. I felt like the show was like almost like it not overlapped. We'll get into it. But my point is, I just wanted to say like I think that Mandy not being on is fine. And when they find an opening and we can put them and actually establish them as a team, it's going to feel a lot better than them just rushing them on the show and then they feel like an afterthought,
Right.
So we have MSK against Imperium. You'll be so proud of me. It was Wesley, Nash Carter, Marcel Bartel, Fabian Eichner. See? Boom.
Can we talk about how cut Imperium looked?
Jeez. Oh, oh man, yeah.
Oh my God, they looked like I haven't seen someone this cut since Finn Balor. I was in shock.
No, they looked really good. They looked really good. And their ring work tonight was probably the most impressive. The most I've been impressed with Imperium. I know, like they're not everyone's cup of tea. I thought they were special, but it was like, I'm not really feeling them. But I didn't like discard them. But tonight I was like, man, they are on fire tonight. I mean, MSK took a ass whooping. I mean, they got some offense. There was a spot where Fabian hit like this. You call JBL's clothesline from up. That was just standing. He just bang and flung Wesley. I said, man, they were on fire. I mean, there was a spot where it looked like, I think it was Wesley, and he looked like he was really out of it. I mean, he was just getting jumped in that corner. The ref kept pushing, Imperium away from them, and they were doing these hot tags. They just would not let this team breathe. So I really thought that I said, man, maybe we get new champs. They've done not everything, but the way that MSK has been booked, I mean, I just discovered they have never been pinned. They have never lost. So, I mean, they've really been protected. But I was saying, man,
I feel like they should be. They're like right now in WWE all together. They're one of the best tag teams. For me, like I really think that they're great. They're quirky. They have great personalities, but they are so insane in the ring. So I think them being protected is warranted. It's deserved.
Yeah, no, they are great. We had a friend there who said pretty much they did not get booed. I think there was maybe 2 or 3 people. I know that that hurt your spirit a little bit when you was hearing them getting booed, which I was actually surprised. Like, what was it, like 2-3 months ago when they were getting booed? I was like, wow. But I think that stemmed from just they got everything a little too soon. I think they should have went, and I still say that they should have went for the chase, but they've been doing a good job. Really, really doing a good job.
choose. They pick and choose when they want these things. I don't want to. I wouldn't. I would not bet my life on whatever the fans want. I'm sorry.
No, you shouldn't.
Changes with the wind.
It does. So wait, are you saying wrestling fans are fickle?
Yes.
Oh my God! What? No way!
I will not speak about that.
Huh?
I will not speak about that right now.
Oh, you. Oh, then that sounds like an off-air thing.
I'm sick of them and their crap. They're always whining about something. Like, I can't. It's fine.
Wow. And that was a Shay rant. But we have Walter. He comes out with his sweats. Walter's sweat, and he comes out. Huh?
He should have stayed in the back. He messed it up.
Listen, when you're the final boss, you can do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? Big Thanos Walter. I was happy to see him. I said, my champion is here. And then that no good Dragonon, who should have mind his business with his stupid red tights, his unpolished blonde hair. And he sit here, you know, like, look, you got your match on Sunday. You're going to have your funeral on Sunday. Wait for it. Why are you trying to have it right now? What are you doing? So he comes out. He's tackling with Walter. MSK, they find a way. They find a way after taking a brutal beating in this match. I mean, really just some hard-hitting stuff, because I just feel like Imperium do not let loose. They go in for all the licks. Wow, I made him sound like a dog. But you know, they beat the crap out of MSK. But MSK get the win. They hit the tag team finisher, get the pin. Hell is going on. Hell is breaking out in the outside. You have Walter fighting Dragono, and then MSK. Look, I know you like them, but they should have mind their business here. Now they want to try to sit here and help this guy, this jerk.
They're an underdog team. Of course, they're gonna try and help the underdog. That's just
well, you know what the underdog do? They should just mind. They should be the mind your business dog. That's what you should be. That's what you should be. Mind your business dog. That's a yes. Wow. That's right. So, you know, you have and Walter kills everybody. Let's just get that out of the way. Walter destroys everyone. If you watch was it Infinity War where Thanos won? That's what you saw. Thanos was the last person here. Walter was the last person standing. He chopped and thank God he chopped him in the chest, because I was scared. It looked like he kind of chopped Wesley in the throat. And I said, oh my God, because I would be so scared to take a Walter chop. I think I'd rather just like drink hot water. And then he kills Nash Carter. He does something. And Dragono, he's getting his licks in, but eventually it's the number game is too much. He's on the ground. And just before they get ready to do their pose, that pose like this, Walter sees, Dragonon is an idiot. He's a fool.
Play dead.
Yes, exactly. He moved. When he did that, I said, oh my God. I just said no. No, absolutely. Yes. And when he picked him up and he yoked him up and he choked him like that, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed very hard. But and something we said before, that to me is gonna be the match of the night. Like we're gonna do a prediction show, we're gonna do a review show, and I look forward to doing that with you, Captain, to do those shows, and it's going to be a good time. So Sunday should be fun, and when we actually have an exact date, we're gonna tell you when we're gonna do a prediction show. There's gonna be a lot of stuff here on UPR. Let's get into some of these chats, man. Let's see what's going on in the chat. There's one that's very long, and I refuse to read that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be sorry, dude. I'm not reading that. Let's get to this guy. We got I'm tired of getting into. I try to get into MSK as a babyface, but they're truly heels waiting to bust out their babyface facade. Okay.
See, I don't know if I can see it, but I mean,
did you watch this stuff when they were in Impact? Mm-hmm.
Some of it. I started watching Impact again right when they were leaving, literally. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I really didn't get to see a lot of them like in the very early beginnings, to be honest.
No, because I was going to ask you if like what their I don't know if they were heels or anything like that, but just
no, they were definitely face.
Okay. Oh, okay. We got and NXT haven't been the same without Reed. Who I'm not too sure I know who Reed is.
I didn't notice.
I didn't know who Reed.
Reed.
Huh?
Bronson.
Oh, you mean this guy? Okay, no problem. Jade for Jade for NXT is good. It's a development brand. It should stay. It should develop stars for NXT Raw, SmackDown, and not get buried. But I feel like you know what I liked about NXT, right? It was the development brand, and I'm just speaking for myself here. But but like, and it's funny. I was talking to some friends, and like a lot of people were upset when NXT was at Survivor Series and NXT won. I was happy. I was stoked. I said, "Let's go! This is a third brand." And also, too, a lot of these guys who come from the Indies, and I understand the Indies is different from the main. You get what I'm saying? Like the main brand. I understand that. But I love that it was their Indies. I love that. Anybody who's been in indie shows, and I've heard people have great times on indie shows. So
fans turn their back on them because they're idiots.
Don't be an idiot. So he likes your shirt.
It's the truth. I'm just saying, and I hate to sidebar like this, but before there was that other Barnyard Wrestling, most of the fans that were watching the Barnyard Wrestling were watching NXT because they would say that it was giving them what they were not receiving at the main roster.
Right.
The Barnyard Wrestling started. All of a sudden, these people decided randomly that they just hated NXT now because they are sheep and they don't have minds of their own, basically. And that's
being a sheep is awful.
Yeah, and that's a big reason why things didn't go the way they, I guess, feel like they should have went for NXT in terms of like ratings, even though. Screw ratings. Who gives a shit? I mean, crap.
Oh!
But it's because those fake fans.
Language.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's those fake fans. They turned their back on NXT because they felt like it was cool. It just didn't make any sense to me because NXT was this thing that people loved so much because it gave them what they felt like they were missing. And the minute someone said it's not cool to like NXT, cough, cough, Dave's stupid ass Meltzer. Now all of a sudden you hate NXT, even though NXT is consistently giving you bangers. It's not like the wrestling got bad at some point in NXT. None of that changed. They were still giving you the same good matches. But it's just a lot of wrestling fans have this sheep mentality. And that's just that. But
no doubt, wrestling fans are fickle. I mean, I would even classify myself as that because sometimes I'd be like certain way and I'm like, wait, why don't I like? But I think the thing with NXT, I think it became too, for some people, it became too mainstream. Like it was something, there was like this underground karate, like it was like this underground feel with NXT. It was like, it was an hour, you had some good matches, and the takeovers were always a banger. Like I'll even sit here and say this. These takeovers haven't felt like the ones that I remember from like a year or two ago, or maybe 2-3 years ago. But I still have a good time. Like, I know these matches are going to be good. I mean, I do think there's still compelling characters there. Like, I do like that every now and then that they bring someone for NXT UK. Because not a lot of people watch NXT UK. But when you do bring someone like Pete Dunne, you bring someone like Dragunov, who's talented, I think that there should be more eyes on him. Walter. And, you got people like, when you bring guys from, I don't even know who's in the indies that they can bring now. But, like, the thing I loved about NXT is that, oh man, this is an indie, and it made it feel cool. And I just feel like as time went on, especially when now they're on USA and it's 2 hours, I think that I don't want to say killed, I won't say kill, but it took away stuff that made it special. And
I mean, for me, I wouldn't say like, I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like if you love something, don't you want to see it grow?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
It's kind of like I get what you're saying 100%. Like I had this whole like, feel of like, oh, not everyone knows about it. But I hate gatekeeping. I feel like if I love something,
it should be known. I get that.
I want everyone to know about it. And I just feel like it's like, it's so selfish. Like if that's like, it's just.
No, I get you. No, I get what you're saying. And those are good points. I just think that even with it being known, you still want the brand to be good too. I think a lot of times they just kind of treat it, and I don't know why, because it's still a part of WWE. It's almost like it's treated like they're being punished for being a decent brand, and I mean, even like some of the guys that they call from these NXT people, these NXT wrestlers should be feeling special. When they get called to the main roster, they should be feeling special. And when you see someone like Karrion Kross and Dakota Kai getting pinned, and I'm not saying, oh, they should just beat everybody. I'm just saying, let's make these guys look strong. Let's give them a chance. And then you give them, like, you know, and we're going to get into since we just talked about the tag match, we're going to talk about the actual main event, which was talking. But I feel like, you know, these guys should be feeling special, and they don't do a good job of making them feel special. You know, calling up Karrion and give him a chance. Like, Karrion can't talk. We know this. He can't, and not that he can't talk. Like, I'm pretty sure if I can have an intelligent conversation with him, but there's nothing compelling when he talks. Him and Joe had this segment, and when Joe was on the mic, and he said, I know I can destroy you. I can destroy you on the mic. Which, you know, when I said that, and when he said, but I'm not going to do that, I said, someone has a heart, because like Adam Cole one time didn't care. He literally.
That almost like that's such a backhanded thing to say. Like, I know I could ruin you, but I'm gonna give you a little. I'm gonna be nice. Like, that's. Oh my god, that's so bad. Like, that just doesn't. It's not.
I felt like that was a shoot. I mean, not like a shoot, like he really shot on him, but like, you know, I was like, damn, he really like. You know, he said I could eviscerate you on the mic, and eviscerate, when you hear that, I'm like, oh man, that's an intense word. That's, you're pretty much saying I could destroy you that easy. Like, this beam could just destroy you. My words are enough to just wreck you. But I'm here to fight. And that's what Joe was here to do. He was here to fight. And then Karrion Kross comes out with a mic, which I said, oh no. I just said,
you already entered this battle the wrong way.
Yep. And this crowd is ruthless. There is a where is Scarlett?
But it's a valid question. Where is Scarlett? Literally.
It really is.
I'm so scared what they're gonna. It's either they're waiting to reintroduce her on the main roster with him, or they're gonna give her completely, like, they're keeping her out so that they can return her with a completely different gimmick. I'm scared either way.
I don't see, and that's why I'm not liking. So that's why when we was having that talk about NXT, like, why are they doing that on NXT with her? Why? She's fine the way she is. Yeah. Keep her and Karrion together. They're a great package deal. Right. You talk about we talk about I want these things. You said something earlier. You said if it's something I love, I want it to be known. Yeah. Right. But the thing that I love, can we like give it a chance? Give it a chance. Like, and when I say give it a chance, meaning him going by himself, that's not good.
Right.
It's not good. And even right now, like you said, NXT. So what's going to happen if he comes out by himself on Sunday? I'm not going to say, oh, I give up on him, but I'm just going to say this is not good.
Right.
And I hope that she's fine. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's something and I just don't know. But because she's already not on the main roster, and then I'm on NXT and she's not there, I'm saying, well, what happened? Right. I'm scared if I drink milk, she's going to be on her face is going to be right there.
And, like, you know, I kind of get what you're saying. Like, I do see the differences. Like, you have people who came up in the earlier NXT who are these big, you know, parts of the main roster. You know, Seth, Roman, Finn, Sammy, Kevin. They became stars because they were given that time to try it out. They're not even allowing. Like, they bring up a lot of these people and they don't even give them a chance to try out what they've been doing at NXT, different from what the other guys were. They just like, change, get out. And that's the problem. So at the end of the day, somehow this is Dave Meltzer's fault. Okay.
I love it. Like, that's so great now. Like, if I spill something, like, damn it, Dave. Just blame Dave. But just yell at this guy. You ever watch Fairly Odd Parents? It was always funny. The father would always blame Dankelberg. It'd be no matter what. Oh, that's great. Dankelberg. But yeah, so but I'll give it to them on this. Karrion and Joe had a slugfest. I mean, they were throwing each other around. Joe slams Karrion. Karrion slams him. They're going all over the place. And I know I'm supposed to be hype for this match, but I'm just not. And I guess I'm not because of the booking of Karrion. It's like it would have been a big deal Samoa Joe beat him right here, and then Karrion goes to the main roster, and then what? But he's been beat like to the point where I kind of laugh. Like I think when he lost to Keith Lee, and I like Keith Lee. I want him to succeed. I want Keith Lee to succeed.
No,
Power to you, my black brother. I want you to succeed. But when I saw Karrion get pinned, I just said, like, this is the NXT champ. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I want these things to be special, but no one's giving it a chance. And Karrion's not one of the guys I go with, oh, that's my guy. But I'm like, can we, like, I don't know, like, try?
Right. It doesn't make any sense. And I also think a reason why, no one's really deeply invested into this match. I mean, I'm sure there's people, but a large majority I've seen are not as invested because, first of all, the entire thing was sped up because they decided to just snatch Karrion out of NXT. As I say, NXT, one thing about them is they love to build a story, and I don't feel like they were given that time to really spread it out and make it like the same way what they did with Kyle and Adam. This was a long time coming. That's what makes it so intense and so personal and good. They weren't given that time because they were like, oh well, we need them in the main roster. Come on, bye. So they sped it up.
Yeah,
way more than it should have been, and it didn't get that time to really marinate.
Yeah, that would have been good too. Like, because there's certain storylines I'm looking at, and I'm like, maybe you could have milked it a little bit. You said like this Karrion and Samoa Joe. That could have been something that built for months. Right. Had it where it's like, oh, they're gonna do it here, but no, they're not gonna do it there. I agree. And then you also have, I think about, I think LA
didn't help out either. So.
No, but I also think LA Knight's storyline with Cameron. I think you could have got another month or two out of that. I think you could have stretched it for a bit. I'm not saying every storyline should be, 6-7 months, but I'm saying, you don't have to. We just had a thing. When did he become a butler? July, right? Yeah, July. And it's August, and now he's going to stop being a butler. It would have been cool if he kind of had another month or two. I think you could have got a segment or two. But I sit here and think, let me ask you this: Do you think after this? Do you think what's his name? LA Knight goes to the main roster?
No, not yet.
Okay. No. All right. Cool.
He still has to win the title. I don't think LA Knight is leaving before he wins either North American or.
You think he has some more legs down here? Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool.
He has to get before he goes. No.
And that's cool. No, because I was thinking, and I was sitting there saying, as I was thinking about it today, and I was thinking like, NXT is already going to feel different next week. I feel like there's going to be not necessarily a reset, but it's going to be some changes. And I was sitting there thinking, who goes to the main roster? And there's a few people I think of, but I was thinking maybe even LA Knight because, like, you mentioned it, and you mention it all the time. Good look. He got the good. He knows how to work the ring and stuff like that. And I feel like that's someone that they would definitely want on the main roster. But yeah, that's cool though too. Let him get a run with at least another title on the NXT brand because you don't have to rush these things. So I do agree. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a fun review of NXT with me and the captain. We're gonna hype up some shows because there's a bunch of shows. I don't even know if the other shows do it, but we still do it. That's what we do because we're professionals. I don't even think I have all the pictures, but we're going to do this anyway. So, boom. Yeah. Oh, Clash, right? Did you do the pinky out? That's what I'm talking about. On Mondays, you can catch. Oops. On Mondays, what is happening here? Oh, okay. Thank you. On Monday, you did that.
I did not. My hands are here.
Well, they can't see it, and I can't. But it's and I see you, Cap. On Mondays, our good friend Mike Knox around the block for the smart wrestling fans, the intelligent wrestling fans. He don't have time for foolishness. So if you're a fool, don't watch. But still give us a reaction. Thank you. Also on Monday nights, we got. I swear, if Goldberg wins, but we have Monday night review show. I think it is the technician and maybe a special guest. But there's no special guest here because, hey, let me take this down. We're always here on Tuesdays, so you can catch us on Tuesdays. Also on Wednesdays, the Barnyard Wrestling that the captain will not apologize about is on Wednesdays. I'm not too sure who's on Wednesdays, but I heard a certain bad guy might make an appearance on Wednesday. On Fridays, we have the unpopular review, SmackDown edition. I'm sorry, Cap. I feel like we're doing double duty this week. Don't you have to? Are you going to be on Friday?
I'm gonna be, but I'm doing triple duty. But that's
absolutely. Let's talk about it. Triple. Let's talk about it. I mean, I don't have the graphic, but why don't you tell them you're going to be on Fridays? You're going to be along with I think Stefan. He's going to be on
yes.
SmackDown and whatnot. He's a great guy to work with. You're going to have fun working with him. But let's talk about your show on Wednesday. You got a show on Wednesday with Mike Knox, don't you?
I do. The challenge review. Yes. It's really great. You know, I'm really happy about this. So yeah.
I'm glad.
So tomorrow.
Yes. What time? Did you tell him what time it comes on?
9:30. 9:30. We try to keep it real nice. We won't keep you too long. About 30, 40 minutes at most.
You look like you had fun on the show. I was in the chat watching. It looked like you had a great time, and I'm happy that you're doing this show because it's something you like. So that's great. I will be on Wednesday as well. I believe there's a Marvel What If. I will be there, and then also I'll be doing AEW and Godly stuff. The Godly. I didn't know he was godly. I feel bad. I was arguing with him about peanut butter and jelly. Exactly. But yes, I didn't realize the Godly. Now I know how to talk to him when I see him. What else we got? Boom, boom. Yeah, we're going to talk about these reviews. These prediction shows. You guys just follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. So we're gonna, you'll know when we're gonna have shows, and I think that is pretty much everything. I almost feel like I never lose my voice. I shouldn't lose my voice. If I ever lost my voice, this world would be so sad. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Thank you. And before we go, this is our little way of exiting. Any final words, Captain? Before we go home. Well, although we're actually home, but you get the drift.
My final words for this week is wrestling fans, stop being sheep.
And ladies and gentlemen.
And if you take it personal, it's about you.
Damn, she's great. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our NXT review. I'm the bad guy. She's the captain. And we say, mwah! See, Chloe's waving. Good night, everybody.